Do you want to go from this to this? In this video, I decided to do something a little different. I'm going to go into creative and show you guys 3 tips that are very useful. The first tip is going to be a beginner tip. The second tip is going to be an intermediate tip. And the final tip is going to be an advanced tip. All of the moves shown in this video can be implemented into your gameplay in a very effective way. Without further ado, let's get to it, gang. Starting off with tip number 1. Since this is a beginner tip, we're going to take it slow. To start things off, I'll be showing what is the best way, in my opinion, to effectively counter when someone takes your wall. So we're all typical Fortnite players here. If someone gets on your wall, what are you going to do? Are you going to A, hug the far right of the box? Or B, hug the wall that they took to avoid the shot? Well, if you chose C, then you're correct. Both A and B will get you fucked. Now you may hear this and think, there isn't anything special about this. Well, you're right. We as players overthink situations so much that we end up reacting late, and before we know it, boom, 200 pump. This is something you don't have to think about. It's simple. Stand in the middle of your cone as far right as you can, and the second they go for the peanut butter edit, which 90% of Fortnite players make in this situation, you immediately shoot the wall to claim it back. Now for part 2, after you claim the wall back, make a window edit, but make sure you make the window edit on the right side of the wall that you just took back, or this will not work. The reason I said stand in the middle of your cone to the far right is because after making this window edit, only from this position can you place a cone above the other guy's head and counter piece control him. Now this is all the other guy will see, and after you have effectively piece controlled them, finish the kill however you want. Me personally, I like to have my SMG and shove it straight up there. Now for tip 2. We all know about phasing builds into other people's boxes, like so. But how many times have you gone to do this and they immediately insta-edit and do major damage or kill you? Most players in Fortnite are fiending for you to get on their wall so they can edit. Instead, don't do that. Throw the cone in the box like this. This is a safe distance so that if they do make an edit on you, you're far enough to place a wall and block the shot. You may also be able to, whoa, wait a minute, and they're throwing that little dude. I just hope Spider-Man isn't looking. Anyways, like I was saying, you might be able to trick the other guy to make an edit because he thinks you're on his wall. Here's a closer look at where you need.
Are you stupid or something?
Here's a closer look at where you have to position the crosshair for this to work. Final tip is to make sure you have optimal binds. This goes for both KBM and controller players. Having optimal binds is maybe the most important thing to getting better. The more optimal the binds are, the better you will play, and when it comes to building and fighting. For me, I have pretty basic optimal binds, except for my slot 2, which is my shotgun. I have it on my scroll wheel, I just push it down and it pulls it out. The shotgun is the number 1 bind that is most optimal to have, because you need to be able to pull it out at the drop of a dime. With the new Spider-Man method, people will jump in your face out of nowhere. For my X and my Y, I play at 8.2%. This is on 800 DPI. And I play on 55% for my targeting and my scope sensitivity. Then over here, just in case you want to see it, these are my controller settings. I don't play controller anymore, but when I did, this is the sensitivity that I thought worked best for me. Total review, we covered how to react when your wall is taken, a different way of phasing cones in people's boxes, and having optimal binds. If you made it this far in the video, please leave a sub and a like. It's free and you can always unsubscribe at any time if you don't like the content. With that being said, I'm out.